All right, so today we are continuing to do some more Tauri stuff. We've gotten into multi-windows a little bit already, but today we're going to kind of ramp that up. I suspect we're going to mostly handle that through the web view slash JavaScript side of things rather than in Rust. Hello, kitty. And on that note, let's flip right over. And I think we're going to try to knock out a quick little project. I'm calling it Redacted. And the idea here is that we make a little app where we have, it's almost like a to-do list on a window. And every time we click add, it creates a new window. And it's a window without any decorations or anything like that. And you can move it around your screen. And you could actually put it over the top of things. So when you take a screenshot, it's like redacting it before you actually even take the picture. But I figured it would be a neat little use case for a way to create multiple windows dynamically. So I have the project generated already. Let's go ahead and open up the VS Code. All right. So I generated it using the Preact template. So we've got Preact in here, and we've got our Tauri window. Like I said, I think we're going to mostly just handle it all through here. We can get this going. We'll do npm Tauri dev. Oh, yeah, we got to install first. Of course. So while that's running, it shouldn't take too long, but we will go to the guides, and there should be a, nope, not distribution. Multi-window is what I am looking for. So we can create multiple windows from the get-go. We are going to end up labeling them. And here, this is the piece that we care about, runtime window. You can either create them via the Rust layer or through the Tauri API. So this would be the Rust layer. Continuing the Rust layer. And here, creating a window in JavaScript. So pretty simple. I think this is going to be hopefully pretty straightforward here. So we got an install. Let's go ahead and do Tauri dev and get our cargo compile going. This is using Vite, as you can see. I think we're just gonna do away with all these. Okay. So we're gonna need some state. We do have a use state already. Create message. We're gonna call it we're gonna make a piece of state that basically represents the window. So it's gonna be almost like a to-do list, and we are going to have a button where we click, and it. I mean, we could probably just. Should we just cheat? So Preact to-do list. Because this is kind of a thing that everybody, well, I'm not going to say everybody does, but it's a very common example to see. Yeah. I mean, this has I don't know if we want to do that. I mean, we really just want a button. I guess it's going to be too bad to just do it ourselves. Is this? Yep. It's using classes and stuff. Guess it is Preact. Yeah, we'll just do it ourselves. It's fine. I think I'm just going to do an array. And we are going to need to both have a state that represents the window, but also create the window. So we'll call it Windows and maybe set Windows, I guess. Windows, set Windows. And this would be, we don't need to do the invoke, we need to do the Windows. And I think our first one is going to be, I think we just need the color. I think we'll start with just a single window that is black, because that's sort of the common thing too. I think part of it, this could be, I don't know if we'll get to it today, but you could have a color picker, and like if I want to cover up something in here, I can make it the window be the same color as my background. So then it's less distracting or obvious that I'm covering something up, I guess. Tauri emits the created and error to notify you of the creation response. So I imagine this is probably created the moment it is done. Okay. So we got our web view. And we were looking at the API. We want to look at window. And that should, oh, there's an import web view window. App window. And here's the web view window. So we'll get a loading embedded assets. So we do want to load an embedded asset. So we'll need to make a new HTML page. We could probably do this to start. And then I believe that's going to give us a handle. And I'm not seeing anything as far as, so we get the web view window. I don't see anything about closing the window via this handle. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll create a new web view window. We're going to just straight away put it in here, and we'll keep them separate for now, I guess. We want to get the previous state. No. we can do it in the set. That's what it was. So the set windows, previous state, we are going to do previous state dot push, and we'll just say red right now, and we will. Oops. And we need a button. Windows button on click. I guess we'll say create window is what this is going to be doing. Kind of surprised it didn't reload. Do we have an error here that is giving us issues? I mean, this was the previous error. Let's open up the console. Oh, it does not provide an export. Oh. API window. Okay. There we go. We need to map over our windows and give it a React component that it can actually draw. So window.color. There we go. So now if we create a window, we do get another window. There we go. So I think every time we create it, we're going to get a new window. I think that's the old state. We're going to get a new window, and we should be able to see the updated color. Previous state.push. So we should be setting it. I think that works. And now, so this is part of it. We need to worry about the label. I can only, anytime I click that, I am going to be creating a new window with that label. And it seems that if I still have it open, it won't let me open another one. So we do need to deal with that. A new web view window comes with I guess we do need to figure out a way to pick a color. I suppose it's possible that we could use the key. I think as part of this set state, for the moment, I'm going to use the index. Is that what I should do? I mean, the index is going to change depending on which one you press. And I'm going to want to have potentially multiple windows with the same color. So I do need to label them somehow. I guess I can create a random ID. I can do like a date.now, right? That'll give me a timestamp. Yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll say we'll do that and that, and that should give me new window meta equals this. And then we can give this the label of the ID there. And we will push it there. Let's go ahead and log that out just so we can see it. Whoop. Log next state and return next state. I don't know if I need a refresh, but I'll go ahead and do that quick. All right. Cannot read properties undefined of reading map. I thought we could do that in there. Because that will, when it's running the function, give us the existing state. Yeah. So we get that. And then line 19 is undefined. Why would push not work? Concate. That will give us a new array, and then we can add this. Let's give that a shot. I wonder if it had something to do with us mutating it. There we go. Yep. So red. Now each one of these is going to have a different ID based on just strictly the time, which is kind of, I mean, it's fine. It'll work. So we now have our create working. We can then do, I think I'm actually going to make this a button. And then what this is actually going to do is it's going to, if we click it, it's going to remove it. Remove window. And now we're going to, was it actually creating windows? That was the other thing I was going to check. I don't think it was creating windows. I wonder if this actually needs to be a string. So we might say something like W and then the ID. Remove window. So now if we do create, okay. Create. Yep. We're getting multiple windows. So now we need to hook up the remove. So with our web view dot, oh, there is a close. Okay. So we can do the close. And we have a previous state, so we can find the const window to close. We'll do a window handle. And we should be able to get that via the ID. And we're going to need a couple things here. Let's go ahead and just return the next state for the moment. We need to pass in the window.color. I think bind is probably the easiest way to do that. And then that should give us the window ID. Window ID. And there. So now if we click one of these, we're getting a pointer event. So that would be this. Which we could potentially use. I don't know if we would have to do a bind. Because we can, I think, look in the target and look at the text maybe. But we'll try the bind first. Okay, what doesn't it like here? Binding invalid left-hand side in a parameter list. Oh, event. So now, if we click this, it should give us the oh. Can we not bind to it? Okay. We need to set the key anyways. So let's try doing the key. I thought we could bind. But honestly, I guess I would prefer not to do bind. So this is probably better anyways. So now if we do the event and the event, log out the event. And if we look at the events, I think target is probably the thing that we want to look at. Path, target. Key? Do we have a key in here? Because we set the key, right? I'm not seeing. Labels. Children. I think target is the one that we want to look at. So, I mean, we could look at the classes, children nodes, data set. I kind of expected there to be a key. A, B, C, D. First child. So that would be the piece of text. That but we don't want to search on the text because I'm thinking that we'll probably end up replacing the text. But also, again, we can have multiple windows have the same color. Language, name. I suppose we could just set the ID. Maybe the key is just a React Preact thing. I thought it was also HTML element, but I could very well be mistaken about that. Okay, so we should have a new pointer event. Target. Now let's look at the ID. Value, validity, style, tag name, tab indexed. ID. Okay. So that'll work. So we can do const window ID equals event.target dot .id. So now with that ID, we should be able to find it because we have our I mean, I guess we don't even need to. We don't really care about that piece of state. Well, we have to remove it. So we can do a filter to get the final state. But I think the first step here is we're actually going to remove the or close the window. So we need to get a window handle. And I think we're gonna have to look at the API for that. So there is web view window. Is there a window? There's a window. I don't know. And we actually have to be careful because I think I named my other variable window. Let's go back to the API. So once we have the handle, new web view window handle. Okay, so I think we just get the handle using the web view window handle. Web view window handle. So if we do const web view equals new one of these, and then our label is going to be the window ID. And I just realized that I actually need to do this. And like that. And like that. And this. So then that way they're all strings. Although actually I think it started working without it being a string, but that's fine. So now we have our web view. We're going to do, I don't know if we need to wait on it, but web view.close. It is a promise, so we'll do an await. So web view.close, and then we're going to return previous state.filter. And then for each window, we only want to return it if it does not equal window.id does not equal window ID. So that'll be true for everything except the one that we're removing. And then we can get rid of all this. Let's just go ahead and refresh. So we should be able to do new. Got a couple extra windows. Oh, let's see. And I think we have one of these that are floating around from last time. So I clicked close on one of them. Windows.map is not a function. Oh, webview.close is not a function. Curious. Let's go ahead and refresh just to get it clean. And I think we're gonna have to remove that initial state. Yeah, webview.close is not a function. So it could be possible that we don't have a good window handle. Let's go ahead and log out our window ID just to confirm that we got a good window ID. Refresh. So we got what appears to be good window ID. And if we log out our web view, to type of web view, and then we'll log out the whole object. All right, so we have the label and the listeners. So we do have a handle to it, but it appears that we don't have a close function. Manage the current window object. Label, listeners. Interesting. So there is a close on app window. Where does app window come from? So that gives you the web view window for the current window. Okay, so I guess a window handle is different. Oh, and get a handle to existing ones. So I think actually we just use the same function. And in this case, so I guess I don't know what the handle does then. There we Windows.map is not a function. That's odd. Let's remove the initial state here because we're not going to have an initial window. But why, I'm not quite sure why we are getting that error. So create a new window, create a new window. Now if we click close on one, we're still getting the windows.map is not a function. And it appears that our filter might not be working either. Let's give this a shot. I don't know if that actually matters or not, but because it doesn't seem to be removing it, so I must have some. If window ID does not equal window ID, let's do this. We're gonna log out both these variables just to make sure we aren't doing something goofy here. So those should be equal, in which case I should have a next state that's equal to nothing. And that appears to be correct. Return next state. I wonder if that can, I mean, it seems like it can be async. We're awaiting, we're filtering. If those are the same, then it's going to return false, in which case it's not going to include it. And that's why we only got one. So it deleted 17. We're doing set windows. So set windows should be the next state. Nothing's jumping out at me. Let's refresh. Close all our. Oh, we got a bunch of. Whoa. Okay. I was making sure we didn't have extra windows. Yeah, let's just restart the process. I wonder if I had extra windows floating around or something here. Windows map should be that. So it should be. It should always be an array. So we should return nothing if there is nothing there. So I'm not sure what the error would actually be throwing here. Okay, create a new window, created a new window. We're going to open up our dev tools, go over here, and now when we close one, we get windows.map is still not a function. It did close it. We do only have one state here, but this did not update. So something is going wrong with this. Yeah. Is filter do a mutate? Is there a mutating thing going on here? So if I'm filtering on the previous state, I wonder if we're getting some mutation thing going on here, and that's what's actually giving us issues. Let's close these extra windows. Create. Create. Remove. Still. Windows.map is not a function. So I am getting the handle to it. I'm not sure why I'm getting a. So what we can do too here, because this is just JavaScript, we can actually do a log directly in our JSX. Okay. We're getting a promise. So this is async. Does that mean I actually have to await this? That feels weird. It returns a promise. I wonder if because my previous state is because this function is async, I wonder if I then need to await on the return. Weird. So 55, line 55 is a promise still. Okay, well, we got windows. They close. We're going to get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. We need to do a quick HTML file in our public. No, in the root we got an index.html. So what we can do here, I think, is a we want to create the web view. I'm hoping that we can edit the decorations here. Yeah. So if we say false, decorations false. Now when we create a new window, yeah. So I can't drag it right now, actually. So what I should do is say center is true, and we'll make them right at the center here. Create. There we go. So we got no decorations. So that'll give us a black box. And we could potentially do shapes too. So we got to give it an HTML file. Let's do new colors.html. Is there an Emmet thing? Can I do Emmet? Thought I could do like a pre-filled HTML5 here. Nope. HTML5. I did it again. There we go. Okay. So our body is going to be just a style equals background color. And we're just gonna set it to be black for the moment. We'll have to make it dynamic because we can pick the color, but right now we are just setting it to be black. And then now I believe we can. I don't know where I'm going to need that file. So we can do a path to page. But where is that relative to? It's in the root. So I'm going to assume that whatever. I'm not sure if it's from SRC or SRC Tauri. But I have to go up level anyways, regardless of what I do. So look at that. Now we need to do draggable and resizable. Resizable is true. And then there should be a way we can enable dragging in the window. Events, icons, window menu, system tray, window customization. Okay, Google, help me out.
Here are some things you can try. You can say, what's the latest Chicago news? Or
Speakers. Let's see. So Tauri, draggable window. So we'll get a draggable window. It'll be resizable window customization. Is that where it is? Title bar. Tauri data Tauri drag region. So that's the piece that we need. So on here we can say this, and that should make the whole, if we drag anywhere within this body, it should make it draggable. And see, so this is, I don't have, it doesn't have any height. So it has to be like the whole window. So if I do style, um, I guess we can just do a div and say, no. We're gonna do body. Height is 100%. And we do get multiple dev tool windows, you can see. And we can resize it. Resizing is a bit funky, depending on where you're grabbing it from. All right, we're gonna just toss some text in there so we get something that we can actually drag from. There we go. I thought we could do a height is 100%. I suppose we can do. I gotta get going here. I kind of have a hard stop, but let's look at our CSS real quick and try to do. So height should give us. I think I need to do the the viewport stuff. Is that what it is? I got the viewport. Initial scale. Hey, thanks for the follow. TJW dev. We need to do CSS body height 100 VH. Is that what? That I think is what I want to go for. There. That gives me the bar on the side. So there's VH, and then there's another one that's just what is it? Body VH VW viewport width or viewport. I don't remember what VW stands for. VH might be because of the default margin or pad. Oh, yeah. Good call. Let's do VH and padding 0 pixels, margin 0 pixels. Thank you. There we go. So now we got a big draggable box, and this effectively lets us, if I can get the grab, we could do stuff like this. And we could create a new one. And then do something like this. And now, when we're taking a screenshot, we can literally have a part of our screen like pre-redacted. And we can click close on those. We'd have to make it more obvious, and I think the CSS, we'll have to do some CSS work in here. And then a color picker I think would be nice. But functionality-wise, I think we just about got it with a little bit of an assist here from TJW Dev. Thank you again. The window resize is just a bit funky, but that's in the window controls. I don't know if we can do too much about that. But I think we call this one mission accomplished. We can create as many windows as we want. This is pretty cool. Yeah, I think we call this mission accomplished. It came in right at the end there, and with the quick easy save there. Yeah, so like super simple thing. Hey, B1 Mind, good to see you again. Um, yeah, start this thing up. You can take screenshots and just hide pieces of your screen pretty easily here. And this is a pretty nifty example of multiple windows. Cool. Mission accomplished. Been lurking a bit. Nice. Well, we've been we'll probably play with some more Atari in continuing streams, so you'll be apprised by the time you get around to playing with it. Um, yeah. But I got to run a meeting. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for lurking. Thanks again for the help, TJW Dev. Hope to see y'all next time. Have a good Friday and a good weekend. Bye.